Well, happy spring, everybody. Here's a little spring garden tour. There is still a lot of snow out there on the first day of spring. You can see, I don't know if you can see out there, it's a squirrel's nest. Must have come down from the tree. We had a lot of wind yesterday, and that came down. So, March 21st, spring. So let's have a little fun tour of the garden, even though there's snow. This is one of the front garden beds, still full of a lot of snow. A lot of snow falls off our roof because it's a slate roof. This is the Ruby Spice Clethra. I love this bush. It smells so good. I do have two more of the Ruby Spice Clethra that I got from Hill's Garden that came over the winter, and I have them inside, and they've broken dormancy. They're still small, but they will be going out in the back, and I'm excited because they smell so good, and the bees go bananas for them. Some tulips, but no tulips here. But I see something here, and I'm not sure quite what it is. I don't know if it's hyacinth. I can't remember what I planted. I know I'm not alone here. And now I do see some tulips underneath all this debris, which will wait to be cleaned up. For the pollinators, you really don't want to clean them up too early. You want to leave the leaves for the bugs until it gets a lot warmer. There's two rhododendrons on the side front bed. There's also a rose bush, coneflowers, and I do have tulips, some in the very back there that didn't get covered with a lot of snow, and they're up a little further. And this is my problem garden bed. I'm sure everybody has one of those. It's dry shade. It gets morning sun, so it can get uh, sunburn things. The thing that does the best so far is the D'Urvilla shrubs. They're a bush honeysuckle and they're native, and they get some nice flowers that the pollinators like as well. And I have some black-eyed Susans here as well. Here is my winter sowing area. I've done a couple of different batches of them that I've put out here. This is the first time for me trying winter sowing, so I'm excited to see if it works or not. I hope it works. I did start some seeds indoors and some outdoors so that hopefully I wouldn't, if they don't work, I won't lose them all. I have some impatiens out here. I've got turtle heads, native turtle heads, which need this cold stratification. There's cardinal flower and some goldenrod, which doesn't need the stratification, I don't think, but I'm trying it both ways anyway. I also believe I have some, uh, not zinnias, cosmos. Maybe I put zinnias out here too. Anyway, I can't remember. So I'm excited to see what happens here. The bird feeding station, one of two. This one has a nice baffle set on it, and a big fat squirrel has been feeding off of it lately. He's strong enough to jump from one pole to another, even though they're pretty far apart. And speaking of squirrels, here's the squirrel's nest that I showed earlier that fell out of the tree. It was so windy yesterday, and next thing I know, I saw that on the ground. I don't know what they were using for it, but it was just kind of there. You can see here I'm falling through the snow, so this sure is going to be a little shorter because I'm not going to tromp all the way through the back. This is the back garden bed, the sunniest area of the garden. Lots of native plants. There's bee balm, there's Joe Pye weed, there's coneflowers, globe thistle, and some other things too. But I definitely have a lot of work to do here in this bed. And the main shade bed, which isn't shady now because there's no leaves on the tree of this honey locust that's here. This shrub, I'm going to be taking this out. I think it's a boxwood. It's really unwieldy, and it's had a story over the last few years, and so I'm going to take it out and replace it with a native shrub. I'm going to get a spice bush so that hopefully I can attract some of the caterpillars for the spice bush swallowtail, which we do get in the area. Lots of heucheras starting to show up underneath all the snow. And that's about it for now. Next time you see this, hopefully there'll be a lot less snow.